Asia at the age of 26. I have 1 high school championship, whoop whoop, 4 SEC championships, a national champion, rookie of the year, defensive player of the year, 2 MVPs, a gold medal, and I'm a champion in the WNBA.
And now let's meet the starters for the U.S. women's national team.
She's a 2-time WNBA MVP, a 2-time WNBA champion, an Olympic gold medalist, and this season's league leader in points, rebounds, and blocks. From the Las Vegas Aces, A'ja Wilson.
What if I told you the biggest controversy in women's basketball this year isn't about stats, awards, or even championships? It's about something way bigger and way messier. It's about silence. And that silence just exposed one of the WNBA's biggest stars, A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson, the 2-time MVP, the fan favorite, the positive vibes only leader. Turns out she's at the center of one of the wildest controversies the league has ever seen, and it all comes down to Caitlin Clark. You know, the rookie who's been shattering records, filling arenas, and basically carrying the WNBA on her back. Yeah, her. While Clark has been catching elbows, hate, and disrespect from all angles, A'ja Wilson stayed quiet, too quiet, and now people are asking the question, was that silence just humility, or was it part of a calculated move that let Caitlin Clark take all the heat while A'ja played the victim? Here's what went down. For months, WNBA fans were losing their minds over the fact that Caitlin Clark, a rookie, was getting her own signature Nike shoe. And where was A'ja Wilson? Sitting back, saying nothing, while the narrative spun out of control. Fans, media, even legends were crying foul. How could Nike disrespect A'ja like that? How could they give a shoe to a rookie before honoring one of the league's greatest players? A'ja knew the truth the entire time. She wasn't being disrespected. She wasn't being overlooked. In fact, she'd had a Nike signature shoe deal locked in for 2 years. 2 years. While the internet was going to war over how Nike was supposedly snubbing her, A'ja could have cleared it up with a single tweet. Don't worry about me, my time is coming. That's it. Simple, done, but she didn't. And that's why people are mad, because while Caitlin Clark was getting dragged as the undeserving golden child, A'ja Wilson played it calm, silent, calculated. Some are calling it manipulation, others are calling it strategy, but everyone agrees. It's not a good look. Let's rewind for a second. When Nike announced that Caitlin Clark was getting a signature shoe, social media exploded. People were outraged. How could they give Clark a deal before A'ja? Became the rallying cry. And where was Wilson? She tweeted a few cryptic things about respect and then went radio silent. She let the chaos build. She saw the headlines painting her as the disrespected veteran and Caitlin as the rookie who hadn't earned her place, and she let it happen. If the roles were reversed, if Caitlin Clark had a shoe deal in the works for 2 years and let A'ja Wilson get dragged through the mud without correcting the record, people would have lost their minds. ESPN would have run think pieces for weeks. Twitter would have melted down. But when A'ja did it, silence, smirk, and a lot of, oh, she's just humble. No, it's not humility. It's a move straight out of the power playbook. Let your opponent take the heat while you sit back and reap the benefits. And while we're on the topic of benefits, let's talk about what Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA. She's broken more than 60 records in her rookie season, led the league in assists, she's filled arenas, caused ticket sites to crash, and brought millions of new fans to the league. Her jersey sales skyrocketed. She's pulled NBA-sized crowds for NBA games. And through all of it, she's taken elbows, cheap shots, and constant disrespect, not just from opposing players, but from fans, legends, and even the league itself. A'ja Wilson could have been the leader who set the tone. She could have cooled the tensions. She could have stepped in and said, there's room for all of us. But she didn't. Instead, she stayed quiet, and that silence spoke volumes. It told her fans, go ahead. It told the media, let them think I've been wronged. It told Caitlin Clark, you're on your own. It's not just about shoes. This whole saga has shown how the league and some of its most respected veterans treated Caitlin Clark from the moment she arrived. Not like a savior for the sport, not like the generational talent she is, but like an outsider who wasn't supposed to be there. Someone who made the WNBA too visible, too fast. And Nike, they played their part too. That Super Bowl commercial, the one that celebrated women's basketball and somehow managed to leave out Caitlin Clark, that wasn't an accident. This is the same Caitlin Clark whose games brought in the highest viewership in years. The same player who brought in a whole new audience. But when it came time to celebrate women's basketball on the biggest stage, she was nowhere to be found. It wasn't until fans started raising hell that Nike scrambled to fix it. They re-edited the ad, threw in an awkward voiceover, and acted like nothing happened. Too late. The damage was done. Fans saw it. They're not stupid. And now people are asking, why was Caitlin Clark left out in the first place? Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson finally dropped her long-awaited signature shoe, the A1. She celebrated like it was Christmas morning, and good for her. She's earned that moment, but you can't ignore how the whole narrative was manipulated to make her look like the underdog who finally got her due. When in reality, A'ja was never overlooked. She just stayed quiet and let the lie grow. And where's Sheryl Swoopes in all this? She's been one of Caitlin Clark's loudest critics. She's rarely missed a chance to take a shot at Clark, but when A'ja's shoe dropped, Swoopes celebrated like it was a national holiday. Same Swoopes who ignored Caitlin's accomplishments and barely mentioned her impact on the league. If Clark got the shoe first, they would have called it favoritism. When A'ja gets it, it's hard work. Funny how that works, isn't it? Now, as the drama unfolds, everyone is watching closely. Veterans of the league, sponsors, fans, and even young girls who dream of becoming basketball stars. They're seeing a new kind of game unfold, one played off the court. A'ja's silence might have seemed strategic at first, but it could come at a cost. Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, hasn't said a word. She's just kept hooping, breaking records, and winning hearts. Her quiet resilience has turned critics into believers, and whether the league likes it or not, she's shaping its future. So yeah, let A'ja and Sheryl Swoopes enjoy their victory lap, but don't be surprised when the player they tried to discredit is the one hoisting the trophy at the end of the season. Because while everyone else is busy talking, Caitlin Clark is busy winning, and before long, she won't just be rocking her own signature shoe, she'll be running the entire WNBA. Do you agree? Is Caitlin Clark about to take over? Was A'ja Wilson playing 4D chess, or did she go too far? But there's another layer to this story that we can't ignore. As the dust settles around this controversy, it's clear that the league itself is at a crossroads. The WNBA has long battled for mainstream respect, greater visibility, and higher revenues. And now, thanks largely to Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise, they have it. Yet, ironically, some within the league seem uncomfortable with her rapid ascent. Could it be that Clark's sudden popularity threatens the established order, a dynamic that A'ja Wilson, intentionally or not, might have reinforced through her silence? Make no mistake, A'ja Wilson's legacy in the WNBA is already secure. She's a generational talent, a proven leader, and undeniably one of the best to ever lace them up. But legacies aren't just built on championships or personal accolades. They're also shaped by the moments when athletes choose to speak or remain silent. Years from now, fans might look back and wonder, was this moment of silence a tactical mistake that tarnished her image, or a minor blip on the radar of a storied career? One thing is certain, Caitlin Clark is here to stay. Her success challenges the WNBA to redefine itself, to embrace change, and to recognize that new stars can coexist with established legends. If the league wants to capitalize on this unprecedented momentum, they'll need all their stars aligned, speaking loudly and clearly in unity. A'ja Wilson missed one chance, but the next move is hers to make. Will she step up as a unifier, or let silence once again be her loudest statement?